It's News 360. Hello, good evening, and welcome to our major news bulletin. My name is Pa Kwesiasari.
And I'm Aisha Yakubu Khalid. Coming up in the bulletin this evening.
News 360 Headlines is brought to you by
Flamingo Paint
and Napa Foods. Heaven Black Insecticide Spray and Coil.
Parliament Select Committee on Environment invites Shama District Chief Executive over quarry explosion and uncovering of explosives at another site, leaving residents in fear.
The issues are too many. Some borders on the legality, the registration of the company operating, some borders on the performance of the relevant state agencies.
Also coming up, NDC flag bearer John Dramani Mahama questions Electoral Commission's limited voter registration at only 8 offices after touring some centers in Accra.
Now that we've seen the challenges, it probably is not too late to open the centers at the electoral areas.
Still ahead in the bulletin, the body of a 15-year-old recovered following a dark canoe incident, as one person remains missing in another canoe accident at Trifoparaso in the central region. And
in business this evening, West African Monetary Institute seeks $9 million AFDB funding for Common Central Bank for West Africa.
And elsewhere on the international front, UN Under-Secretary General, Secretary General, I beg your pardon, for Humanitarian Affairs says Libya flood disaster is a reminder of climate change. We've got details of all these stories plus many more coming up in the next 60 minutes. Remember, we're streaming live on Facebook. We're also live on your DSTV channel 279. You can join us with your views, comments and suggestions on any of our top stories this hour. Feel free to visit any of our social media pages on Facebook and on Twitter.
Parliament's Select Committee on Environment has invited the District Chief Executive of Shama to explain the circumstances leading to an explosion at a quarry site in the area. The Minerals Commission and other regulatory authorities have uncovered explosives at another site, leaving residents in the area in fear.
Videos of the quarry explosion in Antuaboso, a once thriving town in the Shama district, showed the extent of destruction, with people burned, structures damaged, and lives lost. As rescue efforts are ongoing, explosives have been discovered at other sites kept unauthorizedly and without permission.
Upon intelligence, we decided to move out, and we came to meet these explosives. We called Mineral Commission to confirm whether indeed it is those things that they use in the blasting, and they indeed confirmed that it is explosive material.
The Minerals Commission is concerned about the licensing regime of quarries, as it has been raised with questions about the widespread impact of illegal mining in communities and the lack of permission to store harmful substances.
We have to trace where these things are coming from. But for the meantime, there are approved facilities. We are in touch with those facility owners to transport this AN to those facilities. This AN, when it's mixed with oil and other agents, it becomes an explosive, very dangerous.
Parliament Select Committee on Environment has visited affected areas following the quarry blast, highlighting the lack of coordination and collaboration between state agencies to ensure the safety and welfare of residents.
Generally, our findings is that galamsey is still pervasive, even within the concession, official concessions. Maybe we need to rethink the whole mining laws and how we are doing mining, and generally we are not very happy with the compliance of environmental standards.
The Shama District Chief Executive and the Assemblyman for the area have been summoned for further interrogation.
The issues are too many. Some borders on the legality, the registration of the company operating, some borders on the performance of the relevant state agencies is an issue that we as a Committee on Environment will need to invite the stakeholders involved. We had our Piete incidents. We now have this one. Next time, we don't know the scale at which the next one will be.
Security personnel are currently stationed at the quarry site to ensure safety and prevent community members from being intrusive.
And of course, this is a matter of concern. That's why we are staying a while longer on this subject. We are going on to the phone lines now where Dr. Emmanuel Mafo is on. He's the chairperson of the Environment, Science and Technology Committee of Parliament. Good evening, Doc, and thank you for joining us here on News 360.
Good evening, Aisha.
You were in the area earlier. Right. You were in the area earlier today. Tell us what you found out for yourself, which is prompting this invitation.
Well, we found out that there is a company that has a signboard operating in the affected area, and there's one that is by registered with the district assembly. Meanwhile, another entity that is not registered is the one operating. We found that there was complete neglect of environmental and safety standards in respect of the storage of the chemical and where people were sleeping. We found out that there seems to be weak communication among the relevant agencies. For example, the Minerals Commission, it's alleged that the Minerals Commission had granted a new company license to operate the quarry. Meanwhile, the District Assembly, the Chief Executive claims that he was unaware that there is a new company that has been given a license to operate. And we understand that the EPA is not in the district, which we were surprised at. Of course, we understand that the EPA needs to have a greater presence in mining areas and any area that the exploitation of natural resources or the operation of companies that their activities may have a negative impact on the environment may exist. Of course, that is why the argument has always been that the EPA should now become an authority. It's about time the EPA became an authority to be able to exert substantial influence over all the other agencies that make sure that there is the standards, particularly safety standards, are observed. So yes, our visit was brief, but the interaction revealed a lot to us, and we have taken a decision to further probe and investigate the issues, particularly in respect of institutional performance that upholds environmental standards.
Well, Doc, we already know that there are two committees looking into the concerns of the blast and trying to regulate the space. What would be the work of this particular committee as well? Briefly.
Well, we as a parliament has a responsibility to provide oversight, and the basic question that we want answer is that where environmental standards in the operation of the business observed. That is basically what we want to get into. I'm sure the investigation may try to look into the causes of the blast and perhaps other related matters. We will monitor closely the committee that is investigating. We will also write to that committee that has been set up. That Parliament Committee on Environment, Science and Technology has a keen interest, particularly in terms of environmental standards, observations.
Right.
And so we need to come on board at a point.
Right. We'll also be looking forward to what the committee finds out after all of the investigation. Thank you very much for your time this evening. Dr. Emmanuel Marfo is chairperson for the Environment, Science and Technology Committee of Parliament.
Thanks very much, Aisha. Reminder, you're still watching News 360. This is our major news bulletin for the day. You can join us with your views, comments and suggestions on any of our top stories this hour. If you feel very strongly about any of our subjects tonight, just go to our Twitter page or on Facebook. Now, the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, says it is re-strategizing its monitoring systems as well as tightening loopholes to prevent being shortchanged. The agency has thereby set up a 3-member committee to enhance monitoring and enforcement regimes. Its executive director, Dr. Henry Kokofu, who made this known, denied claims that the Western Regional EPA director was reassigned due to the Shamar Quarry explosion.
The explosion site at Shamar in the Western region has since been cordoned off by the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA. The cause of the blast is still unknown. The owner of the quarry company is also still at large.
We've put public notice out there that he should report himself to EPA. Indeed, I've asked my officers to make formal complaint to the police that we are looking for him to assist in the investigations.
Concerns have been raised regarding the EPA's monitoring role to prevent such incidents, and the Executive Director, Dr. Henry Kokofu, says they are retooling on that aspect.
We have a robust monitoring system, but like any other institutional operations, you may have people recalcitrant who do things at the blind side of you. Monitorings are done basically during the day and all that, hoping that factories and facilities like a quarry site will operate within the day. Internally, we put up a 3-man committee headed by a board member to look at how best we can put our acts together, enhanced monitoring, compliance and enforcement regimes.
Dr. Henry Kokofu says the reassignment of the Western Regional Director of the EPA was coincidental.
EPA has undergone some portfolio changes, and the Regional Director is part of. If you care to know, the Ashanti Regional Director is moving to Accra West, that is Amason. Somebody from Ahafo is taking over at Ashanti. So it is no news if somebody is taking over Western region. Even at the Public Service Commission, we've been instructed to ensure some kind of realignment. Just as we are about taking place and all that, these things happen.
Away from the quarry explosions, the body of a 15-year-old has been recovered and sent to Ada District Morgue following the Ada Canoe accident. 3 people remain missing while the rescue mission continues.
The 15-year-old boy's body was found discovered at Vome in the Volta region and later taken to Azizanya and the Ada East District Morgue. Eyewitnesses say such incidents frequently occur at the estuary, leading to the majority of fatalities among fishermen. The Ada East NADMO Director, Ebenezer Take Kisenati, says the rescue team is still on the Volta River in search of the 3 who have gone missing. He advised fishermen to adhere to the use of life jackets anytime they on board their canoes.
And at Chifopraso in the Central Region, 1 person is reported missing after a boat in which they were traveling capsized. He is reported to be a middle-aged security officer. 15 passengers survived the incident with the help of people in the area. The canoe is believed to have been overloaded with passengers and goods.
Away from that, the flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, John Mahama, is urging the Electoral Commission to reconsider its decision to conduct the limited voter registration exercise only at its district offices. The former president contends that the number of centers currently serving Ghanaians is making it difficult for many to have their names on the voters' roll. He spoke to journalists at the Ridge office of the Electoral Commission in Accra after monitoring the exercise.
Electoral Commission office here in Ridge plays host to 5 registration centers for constituencies such as the Ayawaso West Wuogon and Clote Korle. It's a site closest to a market scene because of the sheer congestion, the numbers, and sometimes utter chaos that has characterized the exercise here. The presidential candidate for the National Democratic Congress, NDC, John Dramani Mahama, decided to monitor the process at this office on Friday afternoon. He took note of some of the teething challenges that has bedeviled this process and called for reforms from the Electoral Commission.
I appeal once again to the Electoral Commission. Now that we've seen the challenges, it probably is not too late to open the centers at the electoral areas, because it will be easier for people to travel. I mean, for instance, Ayawaso West Wuogon is here. The farthest polling station in Ayawaso West Wuogon is at Sator. And so there are people here from Sator who have had to travel all this way to come and register. They might not be able to register today. They might have to go back and come the following day. I mean, we know the conditions in Ghana today, the hardship. We know how transport fares have gone up. It's not easy on voters to be able to do that.
He also asked the Electoral Commission to posit or to put before Parliament the requisite budget if they think creating additional centers would be a problem.
They should ask Parliament for the budget. We are insisting that do the electoral areas. You've not asked Parliament for the appropriation. Say the money is not enough, so Parliament should ask the Finance Minister to give you more money. You haven't asked, and you just say, no, we'll restrict it to the district centers. I don't think that's enough of an excuse.
He also called the National Identification Authority, the NIA, to expedite work on the Ghana card so that in future, if that is going to be the sole document for registration, it wouldn't be a problem because of his own observation.
The National Identification Authority should up its game so that a lot of more of our people can get access to their cards, so that in future, if we decide to go solely with the card, it won't disenfranchise any person.
Duke Menso Poku, TV3 News, EC Office, Ridge, Accra.
Meanwhile, the Electoral Commission boss, Jean Mensah, and the Deputy Chair, Dr. Sari Bosman, have been served notice of the contempt proceedings. The legal team for the plaintiff, Precious Ayita, was unable to personally serve the respondent. Now, lawyers for Precious Ayita allege contempt of court by the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Jean Mensah, and its Deputy Chairman, Bosman Asare, over the ongoing limited voter registration process. Now, Precious Ayita, in her sworn affidavit, she raised concerns about the EC's limited voter registration exercise at the district offices of the Commission nationwide. Now, Precious, who resides some 44.3 kilometers from the Electoral Commission's district office in Pram Pram, cited financial and logistical difficulties in traveling to the district office for the registration. All right, so let's stay a while longer on this subject. Nick Pakpo Samoa Ado is lead counsel for Precious Ayita and joins us live on the phones. Thank you, sir, for your time and good to have you on News 360. First of all, how did you manage to finally serve the Electoral Commission after days of evasion?
Well, good evening to you. Good evening to your listeners and viewers. Well, this afternoon we pleasantly had a word from lawyers of the EC that they have been instructed by the EC to take the service for and on behalf of the Electoral Commission and the two commissioners. That's the contempt application. You know, contempt applications are served by the rules of procedure in person, so you have to serve the person personally. But they opted to take it through their lawyers. So the lawyers did the needful, took the process, and so they have been served. And once they have been served, the EC is deemed to have been officially given notice of the contempt application. And so we expect that the necessary steps will be taken by them to ensure that their client does not fall further into the issues of contempt. Because
when you say you expect the Electoral Commission to take the necessary steps, does this have any implications at all for the ongoing limited registration exercise?
Clearly, you have been served, the EC has been served with an injunction application. It has also been served with a contempt application. The combined effect of that should be clear to the Electoral Commissioner. Any step by her after being served will be embracing disregard for the law courts authority. And that will call for the courts authority to come down hard on her. So we expect her to do the needful. She needs to stay her hand and then come to the court and address the issues that have been raised. She cannot, in the face of the applications that have been filed, proceed to continue with the registration. That will be the highest form of disrespect to the laws of our land.
So, do we know when the case will be eventually called?
Oh, we are due to be called on the 16th of October. And so we would expect that she would hold her hand and wait until the case is called and heard. And then wherever the court will rule, we'll all abide by same.
Thank you very much, Nick Pakpo-Samuel-Addo, who's lead counsel for the plaintiff in that petition against the Electoral Commission. You're still watching News 360, our major news bulletin for the day.
The acting deputy managing director of AngloGold Ashanti Aduaprim Mine, Engineer Isaac Boakye Aduanin, has pledged the company's continued support towards improved educational standards by providing infrastructure and other teaching and learning facilities in host communities. He gave the assurance at the third edition of the Exits in Readiness and Mentorship Program at the University of Mines and Technology in Tarkwa.
The Exit in Readiness and Mentorship Program aims to enhance the confidence of graduating University of Mines and Technology students as they transition into the job market.
As a mine, through our community scholarship program, more than 200 deserving students have had opportunity to further their education at the tertiary level. And through our community scholarship program, we also have actually had about 60 deserving students to continue their education. All the scholarship is not just for you a token, but it also covers school fees, accommodation fees, and all other related costs paid in full by the mine until the school is completed.
Dean of Postgraduate Studies at the University of Mines and Technology and founder of Ladies in Mining and Allied Professionals, Professor Grace Ofori-Sapon, emphasized the program's success and urged graduating students to be fully prepared for the job market.
The students have gone through 4-year university education. The way of life in UMass or in the university in general is different from the life out there. So once they have finished and they are leaving the walls of the university, we want them to go out feeling ready for the world of work.
The event was on the theme, Employability Chapter, Transition with Confidence.
The University of Ghana Business School Innovation and Incubation Hub is implementing the Enterprise Support and Incubation Curriculum Development Project. It forms part of efforts towards enhancing student entrepreneurship development programs in higher education institutions across Ghana.
The project aims to create a standardized and open-source curriculum for innovation, incubation, and enterprise development in Ghanaian higher education institutions.
What we are trying to say is that the curriculum is not for University of Ghana. It is for all of us, so we are all co-developing it. So what the University of Ghana basically did is to develop the base. Then everybody can add on. That's why I said it's like freestyle music. We've made the rhythm. Everybody can make their own dance to how they want it. But what you realize is that then there will be structure to what is being done.
The curriculum will include manuals and a database of mentors and experts for higher education institutions to utilize for incubation and student entrepreneurship development programs.
Our relationship with this initiative is to provide the dimension of coaching and mentoring to make the whole curriculum complete, so that we would ensure a holistic approach to the entrepreneurship or enterprise development at the hub.
The British Council, as the project sponsor, has been providing feedback on the initiative.
By doing this, we also seek to close the gap between universities and industry, because universities are supposed to train people who will be fit for industry. And in this program, universities are getting to then work with, either entrepreneurship organization or industry players who can then help shape the education for the young people who are going through the universities.
This is News 360, still to come in the bulletin. Ghana Water Company says it is not its responsibility to prevent flooding in catchment areas during its excess water spillage from the Wager Dam. More details after this break.
So please, demolish these structures before they turn into homes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to demonstrate to you the superior properties of Flamingo paint as compared to other paint brands on the market. We take equal quantities of Flamingo paint and this ordinary paint. We then dilute them with water. And now, let the test begin. The gentleman on the left is going to apply the ordinary paint, and the gentleman on my right will use the Flamingo superior paint. As you can clearly see, Flamingo has the obvious better hiding. Furthermore, Flamingo has painted a much larger area. You know, 1 bucket of Flamingo paint is equal to several buckets of any other paint brand on the market. Flamingo paint is made with superior formulation to give superior durability, superior hiding, superior coverage. Flamingo paint, simply superior.
You dey sleep? That's Madina.
Sentuntum say wuna ma de jume ma wonsa.
Efrema be magani oba.
Ma wonsa. Sentuntum amwa sumuda ma wonsa.
That shall not slap. Having black mosquito quail. Pamon tontom na empom wisie bebre na ema wo mowa na ema wo nhwem na ehwam.
Having insecticide spray hwam na sanso kum a wotu ene omo wia nyina. Now having naphthalene balls and having perfumed insect repellent no ekumwa warrior nothing just here with
having black mosquito kwe empom wisie bebre and say wo hwene so ehwam kama kwe no emubu na jumo size no boduma don't shred do me no
and a heaven spray having naphthalene balls ni perfumed insect repellent no ekumwa omutu na wa wonam from nothing just here with
heaven dear ba ko pe heaven dear
FDA aji edrede kratoyatum. Choose Sukasa for the highest quality, luxurious townhouses in East Lagoon Hills. 2, 3, and 4 bedroom in a gated community starting at $40,000 in Accra, Ghana. Sukasa, building on trust.
Wow, this place has changed, yo! Yo, Ajwa, look at you all grown up, yo!
Some things never change, like Gino's quality recipe that gives my food that rich color, unique natural taste every time.
Smells good, yo!
Hey, sister, we did what Ponsano and Casa, just like I remember.
Uncle, hurry up and let's open the suitcase.
Ajua, chai, name shrink quite far.
Best jollof I've ever eaten.
Wow, this is real jollof, mommy.
Gino dear, Emma Adriana de Ankasa.
Say Gino dear, fie.
It's delicious, yo!
This advert is FDA approved.
Whenever you fly to space or take your first step as baby, SoftCare always stays with you.
New SoftCare Space Series is rooted from space technology. Keeps you dry and comfortable for 12 hours long. Offers you the most effective protection during your space journey.
SoftCare. Protect your leap.
Change your baller style. Don't be like that. Zoom Lion is here for everyone. Pay with *857# and we will come for your baller. Zoom Lion. Tiamian fa baller wate.
Welcome back to News 360. Let's do some more stories tonight. The Ghana Water Company says it is not its responsibility to prevent flooding at its catchment area in Accra during its annual excess water spillage from the Weija Dam. During 3FM's engagements with the resident head of communications at Ghana Water, Stanley Marty, blamed residents and traditional authorities for encroaching the buffer zone of the estuary.
The annual spillage of excess water from the Weija Dam compound the plight of residents as areas earmarked for buffer of the Densu River have been heavily encroached by private developers. Homes sited on water courses have been flooded, with some occupants having to relocate. Drains are also non-existent and the river bank now a dump site. Volumes of water from upstream have created craters of feeder and inner roads in the community, making commuting difficult. The 3FM Community Engagement Program, Community Connect, brought together stakeholders to deliberate on ways to mitigate the impact of the perennial flooding. Chief of Tetegu Ni Kofi Kuma expressed concern over the authorities' inability to conduct regular dredging in the Densu River to manage the situation.
Waba shikwansa ne yeli ya biye. Many ho shikwa mami manche mabi ke manche renche. Miranche manche jimi. Na wo mi manche shikwa ni ma ho ni ka ba sa ma.
But head of communications at the Ghana Water Company Limited, Stanley Marty, disagreed.
It is the District Assembly must answer why they will issue a building permit for an unauthorized area. One question. You wouldn't blame Ghana Water Company for that one. There are structures springing up in the waterway into the sea. So please, demolish these structures before they turn into homes.
It is brought to you by MTN, Pepsodent Charcoal and Pepsodent Herbal.
Thank you for staying with us. Michael Obodu has joined us on News 360. That means it's time for business.
Exactly.
What's going on?
We should expect a common central bank for West African countries?
Exactly. And we should expect that very soon, hopefully.
Tell us more about it.
Awesome. Good evening. Welcome to the business segment here on News 360. My name is Michael Obodu, and straight into our first story. As a common central bank for West African countries is in the offing, according to Vice President Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia. This seeks to, among others, ensure secure and seamless banking transaction within the sub-region. Speaking at the opening of the West African Monetary Zone Conference in Accra, he said the project will receive funding of about $9 million from the African Development Bank.
The federal model structure has been adopted for the Common Central Bank. The name of the Common Central Bank has been determined as the Central Bank of West Africa. A flexible exchange rate regime has been adopted. An inflation targeting framework has been chosen. However, more than 50% of the activities of the roadmap are outstanding, including statistical harmonization, macroeconomic convergence, capital account liberalization, amongst others. I've also been informed that WAMI, with the financial support of the African Development Bank in the amount of some $9 million, will soon launch the unique bank identity project intended to ensure bank customer identification and secured digital banking transactions.
Now, following concerns about the long-term financing sustainability of the pension scheme in Ghana, several policy measures have been suggested, including increasing the pension age from the current 60 years. In this 3 Business feature, we explore the 60-year retirement conundrum.
I want to have my pension and I enjoy my pension before I die.
These are everyday sentiments of pension contributors. But what if after all those years of contribution, the system actually fails you?
The 2014 and the 2017 actuarial valuation reports of the SNP scheme have predicted a continuous rise in pensioner population and, of course, a corresponding increase in pension expenditure. I remember the last valuation report expressed the opinion that the scheme is unable to pay benefits fully and on time by 2037.
Concerns about the long-term solvency of the pension scheme have been raised. This has subsequently led to numerous policy suggestions. It, however, seems an extension of the retirement age from 60 years to about 65 years is currently leading in the conversations. How prudent is this proposal?
Every year we keep getting new graduates coming on board, and if the ones that are old in the system are not going, and we are not creating space for the new ones as well, then it only means that we are just creating a mess for ourselves.
By 65, you'll be weak and you can continue working. The 60 is okay.
You go to all the institutions, ages have been reduced. After 60, people can still work. So it's very important they should increase it to 70 for us, and we'll work more and make more money.
Dr. Nanasifa Chum, Head of Corporate Affairs at NPRA, has this to say.
If Senate should pray to the government through Parliament to extend the retirement age from 60 to about 62 or 63. I agree. It's because we don't have places to put people to work, and that is why we are not agreeing with SNP to do this.
Mashood Abdallah is Executive Director of the Africa Center for Retirement Research.
Life expectancy in Ghana has not improved to the point that we have to be thinking about increasing retirement age. Stakeholders' reforms efforts must aim to increase the contribution rate to SNP. You will also have to look at modifying the benefit provisions, such as increasing the minimum number of months a member required to qualify for pension.
Now, MTN Ghana has presented a check of over 34 million cedis to the Social Security and National Insurance Trust, SNIT, as dividend payment for 2023. The payment represents the final dividend for 2022 and an interim dividend for 2023. Chief Finance Officer of MTN Ghana, Antoinette Kofi, presented the check to SNIT at the Pension House in Accra. The dividend payment is a testament to MTN Ghana's strong financial performance and its commitment to its shareholders, including SNIT.
In total, the final 2022 dividend and the interim 2023 dividend for SNIT came up to 34.6 million cedis. It's an engagement between us and our key investor, and to encourage them to keep their investments within the MTN family and possibly even increase their investment as we seek to localize more. Managing Director of SNIT, Dr. John Ofori-Tinkrine, stressed the importance of investment returns to the Trust's operations.
Investment and its returns are one of the key components on the tools that we have to deliver pension payments for life to our stakeholders. We take contributions, the ones that we do not spend immediately, we have to invest them. And it behooves us to invest them in ventures that are profitable. today we are glad to see that some of the investments that we've all made are also yielding very good dividends.
MTN Ghana provides a wide range of services, including voice, data, and mobile money to over 28 million subscribers.
And that'll be all for the business segment here on News 360. Our website 3news.com has more business stories for you. My name is Michael Obodu. Thank you for watching. As always, please stay safe. And up next is sports.
Pepsodent introduces charcoal and lemon essence. The unique combination of natural essences whitens teeth naturally for you and family because every smile matters. New Pepsodent Herbal. Introducing a unique combination of herbal extracts in an antibacterial toothpaste for strong teeth and healthy gums that protects your family and you. Every smile matters.
Betway is your gateway to a theme park full of gaming excitement. A whirlpool of wonder where your favorite games come to life. Where you can take to the skies with max payouts that reach into the millions. All in the palm of your hand. Visit betway.com.gh. Terms and conditions apply. Betway is regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. No under 18. Bet responsibly.
Are you tired of struggling with bad financial situations? At Quick Credit, we understand the difficulties that come with transitioning to a better one. That's why we're here to simplify the process for you. With loan facilities from 1,500 cedis upwards, all you have to do is call and we will take care of the rest. All you need is your national ID. No savings, no collateral, no susu, no deposits, and no account opening required. Quick Credit has you covered. Whether you're expanding a business, starting a new one, facing an emergency like school fees or funeral expenses, or even just in need of a salary loan. What are you waiting for? Call Quick Credit today. 0302 200 390 or 059 692 0833. We do not give loans via the internet. Quick Credit is regulated and licensed by the Bank of Ghana. Terms and conditions apply. Quick Credit. Lending made simple.
Every child is so unique. You like no other. Outstanding in every way. It's me like no other. So anytime you walk and play, you like no other. You are special like Indomie. It's me like no other.
Did you know that every child on the planet has their own unique fingerprint like no other?
You like no other.
I can play the drums.
I'm talented. It's me like no other.
I can sing. I can dance.
You like no other.
As well as their own unique talents and abilities.
I can cook. I can paint. You like no other. Indomie. It's you like no other.
So every day, in whatever you do, remember you are special in your own way, like no other.
Thank you, Mom, for letting me know I'm special and for making me my special Indomie.
Thank you, Mommy.
Introducing Indomie Beef Flavor. Buy now.
This effort is FDA approved.
Introducing the new Jamal washing powder with multi-enzymes that helps remove stubborn stains.
It has a nice fragrance. Not harsh on my hands. Foams easily. And removes stains well.
Oh, I see to be.
Ma, you brought 5 big sachets of new Jama washing powder.
Yes, ma'am.
It really removes stains. It has a nice fragrance.
Yes, ma'am.
Then add 30 sacks of Jama washing powder to your engagement list.
Jama.
Yes, ma'am.
New Jama washing powder for cleaner, fresher wash. Your partner for clean clothes. This advert is FDA.
Sports segment is brought to you by Bell Pack Tissues.
It's time now for the very latest in the world of sports. Yao Ofosulabi.
Paku Siasai.
Hey, what's coming up, brother?
I'm doing well. Aisha, are you doing well?
I'm okay.
That's great. That's
What's
great.
coming up tonight?
Well, so Dreams FC have just played their fixture. That's the CAF Confederations Cup, and they won by 2-1. And they are taking it into the second leg to see how they
Is
fare.
the EPL resuming?
It's resuming tomorrow.
I heard there was an injunction on it also.
No, the Ghana Premier League, yeah, there was an injunction, but
Right.
I mean, they've been able to
Clear.
meander their way.
Right.
So, yeah, the GPL will come up. The EPL is also coming back.
Right.
There's
Right.
West Ham taking on Manchester City.
Oh my God,
So
I
that should
can't
be a
wait to
really
watch
good
that
game.
match. Take it over, brother.
Let's head into our sports stories this evening. And Dreams FC recorded a 2-1 win at the Accra Sports Stadium over Kalon FC in the second round of the CAF Confederations Cup. My colleague Bile Shen was there and filed this report.
Dreams FC managed to score 2 goals and grab a victory in the CAF Confederation Cup second round against Kalon FC. However, Kalon managed to score an away goal in this game. Godfred Etiahene scored the first goal for Dreams, and John Entry scored from the spot to give Dreams the victory over Kalon FC. Here was the reaction from the Dreams FC coach after the game.
The most important thing is that we won. Every win is a win. But yes, because of the away goal and because of the rule. Okay, so that's why I'm saying that there's still a lot to play for.
So the fans who watched this game were skeptical about Dreams FC's chances ahead of the second leg.
If you watch the game they played today and the scoreline that came, I don't think it's a befitting one for Dreams FC. Yes, going into the second leg, I think what they should do is to be very pragmatic.
Qualify? No. This is not an African competition team. If you see the demeanor of the players on the pitch, it shows the immaturity on the part of the players, missing a lot of clear-cut chances and all of that. And don't let anybody lie to you. FC Kalon, they came with a strategy. Bear in mind, they were on the pitch without their coach.
The way they played, you see, the African football is different. It's different because when they come away, they have their style of play. When you go to their side, they also have a different style of play. And for Dreams to go there with just a goal margin, it will be difficult.
Of course, Dreams FC managed to get the much-needed victory. However, Kalon still has that away goal, and they have the advantage going into the second leg. Bile Shen from the Accra Sports Stadium for 3 Sports.
Well, I was Bile Shen there. But in the Ghana Premier League, Accra Hearts of Oak are taking on RTU at the moment, and it's still goalless in that game. That game is being played at the Aliu Mahama Stadium in Tamale. Now to England, and Manchester United will play Brighton at Old Trafford on Saturday, and Eric Ten Hag has said Jadon Sancho's exclusion from Manchester United squad is due to strict lines he has put in place since taking over as manager in the summer of 2022, and suggested the forward's misdemeanor was not his first.
We trained very well and we are ready to fight Brighton. Very good Brighton, but we are really looking forward to. We have a lot of energy. And therefore, you construct a squad, and and the squad is very good, and players who are available are very motivated to give a good performance.
Yes, I'm looking forward to watch the stadium, to play in that stadium. It's an honor for me. I hope the result can be positive, because I don't want to be a tourist, but I think playing this game in this stadium is an honor for everyone, and we can't forget it. We have to think we are proud, but we want to play in the right way. We want to win.
Well, now, a judge has banned Spain's ex-football chief, Luis Rubiales, from going within 20 meters of footballer Jenny Hermoso. Now, prosecutors asked for the restraining order as the National Court of Madrid considered the criminal complaint of a sexual assault and coercion. Appearing in court for the first time, Mr. Rubiales denied sexually assaulting Ms. Hermoso by kissing her on the lips after Spain won the Women's World Cup. Well, that's all the sports news this evening here on News 360. My name is Yao Ofosula. Entertainment news and international news will come after the break.
Make life beautiful. Embrace it with the all-new Ahmorphe from GTP. Life style.
Jackpot of the week. Place bets and hit the jackpot. Log into the OneXBet account. Click on the Take Part button. Place bet and take part in the jackpot draw. Give your luck a chance. Use promo code to get a bonus on your first deposit.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly, not for persons below 18 years. Gambling can be addictive.
Water is life. Water gives life. Water moves through nature in a never-ending cycle. Observe the beauty of water as it flows all around us, refreshing and restoring. Gaze in wonder at the stillness and beauty of nature. There's harmony in nature everywhere around. Water revitalizes the body and keeps you going strong. Water is life. Water gives life. Drink Awake Purified Drinking Water. One for life. So relax and unwind, and in the calmness of nature, find the rest you desire. For every bottle of Awake you buy, an amount to be donated to the National Cardiothoracic Center. This advert is FDA.
Wait a minute, yo! It's not my nephew! Wow! This place has changed, yo! Yo! Ajwa, look at you all grown up, yo!
Some things never change, like Gino's quality recipe that gives my food that rich color, unique natural taste every time.
Smells good, yo!
Hey, sister, we the wap sano and kasa, just like I remember.
Uncle, hurry up and let's open the suitcase.
Ajua, chai, name shrink quite fat.
Best jollof I've ever eaten.
Wow, this is real jollof, mommy.
Gino dear, Emma Drania de Ankasa.
Say Gino dear, fieni fie.
It's delicious, yo!
This advert is FDA approved.
Every solution is the right one. Pick the right solution with Vodafone One Business, your all-in-one solutions package for all your business's communication needs. Call 050-777-9000 or email sme@vodafone.com today.
Entertainment news segment is brought to you by Awake Purified Drinking Water. GTP, life styled. Vodafone, Further together. And powered by 3 Entertainment.
It's time now for the very latest in the world of entertainment. Nira.
Hi, Pakwisi.
What's going on today?
Apietus is in the news.
What's he saying?
It's a year of breaking records and he's aiming to break another one.
Okay,
yeah.
Let's take it over.
All right, my name is Anita Ikia Ekufu, and renowned Ghanaian sound engineer Pierre Dankwa, known popularly as Apietus, says he is not giving up on the agenda to snatch the Guinness World Record for the music producer with the most hits. The hitmaker disclosed that he currently has 226 hit songs to his credit and is still producing more to beat the record holder who has 232 hits.
Obviously, because I did platinum hits. Most of my hits were platinum hits. That means we're enjoyed across board. Right now we are at 226, so we keep going.
Creative Record CEO Apietus is still working hard to become a Guinness World Record star. The record for the music producer with the most hit songs is currently being held by the late Johnny Kitagawa from Japan. The top Ghanaian sound engineer said he now has 226 hit songs, just 6 behind the holder of the current record, Johnny Kitagawa, with 232 hit songs.
We are at 226, so we keep going. More are coming, they're more than enough. See, my problem is when I go and I get more than enough, then I stop. That's what it is. So I think this time I have to try and conclude once and for all. Because what it is, I'm still producing, and I have this song that is also making with the Real Love. So that will become a new addition.
Apietus said he's still producing hits and is optimistic about attaining the feat.
It's not about Ghana. I don't think Japan had to go behind that man. Yeah. He submitted his works and they checked it. They realized, okay, he's got those number of hits. And all these hits, if Guinness should come to Ghana and ask people, they'll tell them, yeah, we know the songs.
And also happening tonight, all is set for the grand finale of the 2023 Miss Tourism Ghana pageant tonight. And as part of the build-up, delegates walked the runway to showcase stylish designs pieced together by Ghanaian designers. Those are some highlights you're seeing on your screens. Wishing the ladies the very best tonight. My name is Anita Ikia Ekufu. Have a good evening.
The UN's Under-Secretary General for Humanitarian Affairs, Martin Griffiths, says the Libya flood disaster is a massive reminder of climate change and the challenge it poses. Figures for the number of dead vary from around 6,000 to 11,000, and with thousands still missing, the city's mayor says the total could reach 20,000. The United Nations has launched an appeal for $71 million to aid the hundreds of thousands in need in Libya. 8 teams are battling to help survivors and locate the dead for 5 days after devastating flooding hit eastern Libya. UN's World Meteorological Organization has said most of the deaths could have been avoided if warnings had been issued. Access to Derna remains severely hampered as roads and bridges have been destroyed and power and phone lines cut to the wide areas where at least 30,000 people are now homeless.
Thanks very much for making a date with us here on News 360. For more news, you can log on to our website. It's www.3news.com. My name is Pakwisi Asare.
And I'm Aisha Yakubu Khalid. Have a lovely evening.
Remember to brush your teeth before you go to bed this evening and tomorrow morning when you wake up from bed with either Pepsodent Cavity Fighter, Pepsodent Charcoal, Pepsodent Herbal, or Pepsodent Triple Protection. Because with Pepsodent, every smile matters.
Pepsodent is aware that globally, 1 in 2 children suffer from cavities. That's why by giving up Pepsodent,